This will completely change your real estate business if you do what I'm telling you to do right now. Everything that you just said about why you didn't submit that offer. Your broker, he scoffed at you, you wouldn't, and the list goes on. There wasn't one thing that you said that benefited your client. But if you don't believe they're going to accept it, they're not going to accept it. There is a major difference in submitting something already believing you've lost versus we're going to go get this and we're going to figure it out and we're going to make it work for you. This is what we do. So you just did what the vast majority of realtors do. You inserted you into their deal based on who knows what. Maybe you've never had one accepted. Cool. Maybe the broker's never. I don't all, but none of that matters because here's what you have to know. You have no way of knowing if the seller will or won't. Mm-hmm. Okay. So anything that you said to me was merely your fabrication of what you made up in your mind of what the seller would or wouldn't do. Okay. I want you to watch. All right. I want you guys pay very close attention to this. When you do this, whether it's in submitting an offer, whether it's in negotiations, whether it's in negotiations of repairs, whether it doesn't matter what it is, you're mentally working against your clients. And that's not what you want to do. That's not your heart. All right. It's not. I know who you are. You're an amazing lady. And that is the furthest thing from your heart. But your actions are speaking louder than your words in that situation. One of the things that I had to learn, and by the way, I'm telling you this straight from experience of inserting myself over and over and over and losing over and over and over. And so I'm not telling you I wrote a book about it. I'm telling you this because this is how I used to do business, and it's wrong. It's the wrong way to do business. Okay. So I learned to become a facilitator. Mm-hmm. You want to make an offer? Awesome. So Mr. and Mrs. Smith, the seller's asking $300,000 for the house. You want to offer them $200,000. I'm happy to do that. How heartbroken would you be if you don't get the house? Well, we'd be devastated. Okay. So may I give you some thoughts around your offer? That's one way. Or the other way, which is what 98% of the realtors do out there, they're never going to take that. We're wasting our time. Why are we even writing the offer? They're never going to take that. Now, which way, if you were a client, would you prefer that somebody communicated with you? That's true. When you get permission, all of their guards go down and they'll hear you. When you suggest and tell them this won't happen and that won't happen, this is for sure what's going to happen, all they hear is salesperson, 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 salesperson. Okay. Mm-hmm. So, and then they say, well, we're okay with not getting it. Great. I'll submit the offer for $200,000. And you call the agent and be like, I got a great offer I'm sending over to you. Not, I've already tried to tell them and they're coming in super low. And, I don't even know, I feel like I'm wasting both of our times. They're only representing themselves at that point. Okay. We are facilitators. Do you know what it means to be a facilitator? We facilitate things. We make things go back and forth and we communicate back and forth. We are not the buyer. I promise you, your threshold for buying something different is completely different than mine. Mm-hmm. I promise. But when we insert ourselves and we feel like we're going to lose before we ever start, what if the seller doesn't have anywhere to go? What if the seller thinks it's amazing to have a 90-day closing because they have a wedding happening and they can't move for 90 days anyway, but they would love to have it under contract today with a 90-day. How do you know that? You don't. Right? So we're just facilitating data back and forth, back and forth. And if they'll write an offer, write the freaking offer. You don't know what will come of it. And shame on your broker for scoffing at you for writing an offer. That's absurd to me. Because you know what you for sure can't do? You ready for this? You for sure can't sell anything if you don't write an offer. It's a guaranteed 100%. If you don't put an offer on the table, you for sure can't sell something.